Yo, 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 it's your boy Yoko Cooley. Welcome back to the Toast Up Podcast. If you don't know what that means to open a sincere transformation upon people, man. And I'm going to try something different today. I definitely want to record myself about certain things that's going on in my life. I feel like this is the perfect time to be transparent and honest, especially with you guys, man. So basically, long story short, I had the opportunity to learn so much over the course of the year. Having the opportunity to learn about stocks, learn about investing, learn about certain things that I'm passionate about, and really just being honest with myself of what I want. And I figured out some things. I figured out that I love to invest just because I feel like that's the opportunity for me to obtain freedom in a short amount of time. So I've been investing aggressively, as you could say. I really don't like saving. I hate saving just because I feel like the money in my account can, you know, double, triple, quadruple if you put in a certain stock. But I fell in love with cryptocurrency, and I've been studying, like I said, I've been studying the blockchain for a year, and I feel like I have somewhat of an understanding of it, and a little bit of, I can honestly say, a lot of concrete knowledge about it. But I said that to say this, man. Being out of school for a year, I graduated in spring 2020 in the pandemic, and I had got a chance to work for a nonprofit organization, and they paid for my living expenses. So I got another chance to stay, on campus at another university. But I feel like during this time, man, especially in your early 20s and your mid 20s, or even if you 17, 18, 19, I think honestly, man, you should really find out what you really want to do and chase your dreams. I'm at a point in my life whereas I'm not gonna allow anybody and society standards to dictate my life. I'm gonna do what I want when I want. And it's not easy to say. I feel like a lot of people get caught up, like even jobs. Like for an example, and I'm going to be transparent with you guys. Like I want to work for Nike. That's always been a dream. I love sneakers. I collect them. Um, I'm not sure why. Just the art of it, the history, and it shows. It expresses who I am as a person. But I want to work for Nike, and I'm at a point in my life where it's just like I can chase my dream now while I'm young. I have no kids. I really don't have any responsibilities. Things such as like pay your car insurance and student loans. But other than that, I really don't have responsibilities. And I'm at a point in my life is whereas I can either sit down and work at a job 9 to 5 that I really don't like too much, or I can start where I know that I can build, which is at Nike. And nothing is stopping me. I can definitely say nothing is stopping me but myself, and that's where the point in my life where I'm getting in my own way. And we talk about things like this, especially in my previous podcast about getting your own way. Me and AG talked about fear. Me and Ryan talked about manifesting and things of that nature. So I think I need to do that to get where I want to be. There's certain things that I want to be, I want to do, and like I said, I let society standards and you sometimes your parents can really get in your head because they expect a lot from you. But it's all about just being confident in who you are, and I'm still learning that. Like I can honestly say I'm a super confident guy. I know what I want in my life, and I know what I'm gonna get and how I'm gonna get it. But it's just certain things. It's just roadblocks, and the only person that's really stopping you is yourself and your negative thoughts. If you allow it. If I allow my parents or if I allow, society standards saying, oh, maybe you should, take the highest paying job and be miserable for 3 to 4 years and then, you can eventually do what you want. Listen, and if I decide to go that route, I'm gonna definitely keep y'all updated too, for sure. But if I decide to go that route, I go that route. Sacrificing 3 or 4 years of my life to accumulate some type of cash and to invest. I mean, you really can't get rich working. That's why I could try to stay tuned with my business and really be full throttle with it, and just having money make money for you. Having money work for you basically. I'm a huge fan of the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it taught me a lot about certain things I need to do with my money. Like I said, like I hate having money sit in my bank account, and I hate just like spending money on things that I need. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but things like gas, food, deodorant, stuff like that. Like even coffee. Like shout out to the person that bought me this. I do appreciate you. Yes, sir. Um, but certain things like that, man, I hate spending money on that because I feel like that can go to something that's going to help me obtain freedom in my life. And it only takes one opportunity. I feel like if you do thorough and exhaustive research, um, what's going on and what's going to be valuable in the future, you'll definitely get there faster than most people. But I think a lot of people get caught up in taking risk, and like at this age, 17, 18, 19, 20, mid early 20s, mid 20s, even late 20s, like early 30s, fuck it, let's just say early 30s. I feel like you definitely have to take risk, and do what you want, especially if you have no kids. And if you have, kids, that's okay too. I mean, you can't let that interfere with what you got going on. I mean, the only thing that should do is just motivate you. But that's just me personally. But I think, man, I just need to double down and really figure out what I really want. And it's crazy because I just said I really want to work for Nike, but I'm in my own way once again. It's either I can do that, start small. I mean, the book Rich Dad Poor Dad said, I mean, if you really want to accumulate wealth, it's how much you save and how much you invest. I mean, and just find opportunities. Find opportunity, man. When opportunity presents itself, take the risk, because that failure will be equivalent to your success. And if you succeed, the 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 highest level you succeed could have been your lowest point in your life if you would have failed. Um, so I think like in this time of my life, like I'm definitely going. I think I want to do what I want, and I'll definitely keep you guys updated about how I get there and certain steps that I'm taking to get what I want in my life and the freedom. It really come down to that, like the freedom, having the freedom to do what I want when I want with who I want. That's something that I always dreamed about. Like I remember when I was a freshman in college, I even told my roommate, shout out to Dante. I even told my roommate like I want to make money without working, not knowing how to do it. And back then I was a computer science major, and the only reason I chose that was I wanted to build websites on the beach or be in Europe or Tokyo and building websites because I felt like that was something that was going to help me have some type of freedom. Like I don't want to be in the office. I mean, I never wanted to. I mean, sitting in the cubicle or taking phone calls and not using my creativity, I feel like that's an insult. I mean, I feel like I work too hard, um, and you should too. Like if you're not really working on yourself, if you're not really doubling down and investing in yourself, then something is wrong with you. Because how the hell can you rely on yourself to get where you want to be when you're not the person that you should be? I mean, things like reading, surrounding yourself with positive people, listening to great music, and working out, and just meditating. Those are some of the things that I do to stay grounded and to continue to add value to myself. Um, and I'm being super transparent. I feel like that I have to. If this podcast shit gonna work, I gotta be super transparent. And I'm a real. I ain't gonna say all that, but I want to speak from the heart. Um, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is the perfect opportunity in today's time to be on the right side. I mean, if you're not investing, I mean, if you're not trying to, create a business, if you're not trying to learn new skills, and I'm not talking about one skill, like learn new skills. You know what I'm saying? If you're not trying to network, if you're not trying to, just continue to be happy and find positivity, I don't really know what you're doing for real. Like if you that type of person that's on social media nonstop to the type time, whereas on TikTok 3 or 4 or 5 hours a day, and next thing you know you look up it's nighttime, then what is really going on? And then you really mad that you stuck in your life. Like you only can be mad at you only can be mad at yourself. For real. Like let's I mean toast stands for, and I told you guys, toast stands for to open a sincere transformation upon people. Like toast up for real. Like when you guys get to your goals and when I get to my goals, we definitely gonna have a heavy toast, but it starts with us. And you can't blame, like I can't sit here and blame my parents or society. Even though that is a big hindrance because you don't want to you don't want to fail. You don't want to fail, and nobody wants to fail because failure is like saying you're not good enough, and everybody wants to be good enough. Everybody wants to be accepted in some shape or form. Whether that's being accepted by your parents, by your parents bragging about you, your significant other, your siblings, your friends, your coworkers, like everybody wants to feel good about themselves. And I feel like having somewhat of, like me and Lloyd was talking, like shout out to my bro Lloyd. Me and Lloyd talked about, having somewhat of validation, being real. And it's hard. It's really, and honest to God, like it really is hard to find out what you really want to do. But when you find it and you know what you have to do, and then you get in your own way, that's another thing. Like I feel like we all go through that because everybody wants to live up to certain fantasies that it's in other people's heads. Like if I just do what I want and not even take a risk, it's not even a risk. Like what people call it a risk. Like I hear myself talk out loud, saying, telling myself it's risk. It's not even risk. It's doing what I want. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's really doing what I want, and that's crazy to say, but that ain't no risk. I mean, it's all about you being happy for real. Sometimes you just need clarity. And I feel like blessing is the clarity. But man, just trying to figure out to live up to your standards. Because that's what life is all about. And everything else is gonna come. And I'm not saying I'm not in a comfortable situation. Like I'm extremely blessed. I love my life. But there's always more. Like I'm hungry. I developed this thing called, unhealthy satisfaction. Uh, yeah, unhealthy satisfaction. It's like I always want more. Let me explain. Let me go back. It's healthy unsatisfaction because I love where I am in my life, but I want more. It's always more. Like I'm trying to build something that even when I die, my physical body is gone. Something is bigger than me that will live longer than my physical body will. And that takes time. That takes hard work. That takes effort. That takes determination. That takes courage, confidence. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like like doing something hard every day. Like one of my mentors, like shout out to my homie, my big homie Doug. He always tell me I have to wake up and do something hard, such as even taking a cold shower. Now, you ever try taking a cold shower for a minute, like, and I'm talking about on the coldest temperature, you going to really find out, you know, what what brave mean when you in the shower willingly, in the cold shower willingly, and when it's cold as hell, and you sitting there freezing, but you keep going because you gotta break that uncomfortability first. To start your day off. Like you want to start your day off conquering. You don't want to start your day off weak. Simple things like making your bed and going to the gym early in the morning. Like things like that. I mean, habits. Habits make who we are, and they always will. But I'm just trying to be real, honest with everybody, and definitely myself. Um, Trying to be the best version of myself, for real, man. And that comes with you know finding what makes you happy. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Shout out to everybody that was on my podcast. I feel like we all in the situation and we all in the position, whereas we in a gold mine. We have the internet, and the internet gets better every 10 years for everyone to notice. Like, if you look back 10 years ago, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, streaming, things of like that, like podcast wasn't as popular as it is today. But now we have so much opportunity. Like, I tell my siblings all the time, like, find what you want in life and work towards it. Like, I tell my little brother all the time, I'm trying to get rich. Like, I made a decision. That's a decision. Like, that's all it really is: making sacrifices, taking risks, being comfortable, uncomfortable. Like, everything is really about taking risks, especially in our early and mid 20s. And if you're in your late teens, like 17, 18, 19, 20, take them down risks. Like, you can fail 35,000 times and then have a fresh slate at 21. And same thing in your early and mid 20s, man. Like, I know a lot of people rush out here trying to be independent, feeling ashamed, not living with their parents, or trying to seek out help. Like, fuck that, y'all tripping. Like, I lived on my own for a year or 2 years. Like, 2 years, that rent crazy. Y'all niggas tripping, paying all that damn rent just to flaunt. Like, that's 1,500, 13 thousands of dollars y'all could have been saving to buy a damn home or go invest or travel. Y'all tripping, trying to live on your own. Fuck. I mean, living on your own is cool. Don't get me wrong, because if you can afford to, then for sure. But if you trying to flaunt and you trying to be independent, and then you pay all your bills and you only got 600-700 to your name, shit, I'll be damned. I'd rather stay at the crib, live for free, give my parents probably like $100-200 a month, and then tuck that extra 1,600. Fuck, your son. We trying to get rich, and we trying to build wealth. This is the wealth channel. If you ain't trying to build wealth, if you're not trying to build some type of transformation or generational wealth, this ain't for you. I'm gonna be honest with you, because everything I talk about is really, trying to build, trying to create freedom. I mean, I'm not saying like you don't got money isn't everything, but if you ain't trying to create that freedom for yourself, or that that happiness, like if you like going to work, nurse, doctor, lawyer, that's cool. Shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, I salute, because that's a good job. And when I mean good job, that means that's excellent, because that's something that you want to do, and I want you to do that for the rest of your life, if that's what you want. But if you trying to bank on getting rich off a job, that ain't gonna work, because taxes, and you're not investing, and you're not saving your money and doing things wisely, and you're just spending it on sneakers. And I love sneakers. Like I said, I collect sneakers, but it's a time in my life I'm trying to create freedom first. Like, that same $500, I could have invested, and then I would have had maybe $5,000 next year if I would have did thorough research on the stock or cryptocurrency. But let's speak on that for a little minute. If you know me, I'm heavily on cryptocurrency. Some of the stocks that I have is Cardano. Cardano is my favorite project right now. I feel like if you get in now, 2 to 3 years, you're gonna be on the right end of the table, because it's new and nobody knows about it. And I'm not a financial advisor, so if you take this advice, that's on you. But I'm just sharing what I did with my life and with my money. So yeah. But certain things like that, like I feel like it's a comfortable project for me to dump my money in, and I dump my money in VChain as well. VChain is basically it helps verify your product. So for an example, I know in the sneaker industry, it's a lot of replicas, there's a lot of fake stuff. But the creator of VChain basically worked for Louis Vuitton. So he created a cryptocurrency that can help verify products, authenticate. Um, so that's going to be a life changing, something that you definitely maybe be on the lookout for the 5 to 10 years. Get in. I got in early because I'm trying to have that baseline. And when I say baseline, like when you invest early, hundreds of thousands of dollars, the baseline when it goes up, the baseline is so strong that you have more profits than somebody that invested during growth. Like for an example, when it's 9 cent, right, and you dump money in, you dump money in, and you dump money in when it's through 12 cent, and then it goes up, then your baseline is so large that you don't even have to invest anymore because the average, like, and it goes up to $1 and you invest in hundreds of thousands of dollars into it, that's something that can be life changing. But if you invest, 9 cent, or you wait till it go up, when it's at 20 cent, then you want to get in 17 cent, and then go up again. Then it's going up now, 50 cent. Let me invest, money when it gets to 45. Like no, because the profits is not going to be as large. That's why I always tell people, if you're going to invest, do thorough research. Thorough research. That's something that we all have to do. Thorough research. But other than that, man, and shout out to my baby NFT. You call me. You gonna make me hundreds of thousands. Yes, sir. You better, cause shit, the way I'm banking on your ass, I'm trying. You know what I mean? I'm trying to get out of this 9 to 5 shit, and I'm not even in, but I'm about to. I'm trying to figure that out. But yeah, um, overall, I mean, that's pretty much it. This isn't the first episode of just the one-on-one action, and I feel like this is what has to happen: transparency, honesty, and knowing what you want and talking to the people that can help you. Shout out to all my siblings, shout out to my family, shout out to all my friends. Shout out to my love, shout out to my girl. Um, just everybody that holds you down, everybody that saw, the introduction phase, and we still in the introduction phase. Like we ain't even get started yet, but the only thing we have to do is just stay committed to the process, and watch the successes roll in. Watch the fruits of your labor roll in because you sat down there and stayed down. Something that we all should do in this life. So I ain't really want to wait to talk too much on the first episode solo John. Definitely gonna have some more interviews coming soon, but I feel like I needed to build my brand first. I feel like this is something that I needed to do to get that brand awareness and that fan base, because you guys never heard me really talk for real. So I mean, this is what it is. So you know what this is. This is a toast up segment. I want to toast up to everybody that's chasing dreams. Toast up to everybody that's making sacrifices. Toast up to everybody that's willing to get where they need to be, well, society standards. And toast to when you get out your own way, because everybody gets in their own way. But when you get out your own way, toast to you and only you. This is for us. Toast up, love.